You start recording. Yeah. Oh. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्कर शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रः येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय। सञ्जय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तथा आचार्यमुपसङ्गम्य राजा वचनमब्रवीत् पश्येतां पाण्डुपुत्राणाम् आचार्यमहतीं च मूं व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमायुधि युयुधानो विराटस्य द्रुपदश्च महारथः दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान् पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्त उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तान् निबोध द्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदस्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूराः मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितम् पर्याप्तं त्विदमे तेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च प्रणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यस्ता सशब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महते स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः पाञ्चजन्यं हृषीकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दद्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मा वृकोदरः अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः दृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकिश्चापराजितः द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहो शङ्खान् दद्म पृथक् पृथक् सघोषो धार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत् नभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलो व्यनुनादयन् अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदमाह महीपते अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं ययेतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धेः युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्तो हृषीकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमं भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्येतान् समवेतान् कुरूनिति तत्र पश्य स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄनथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा स्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्ष स कौन्तेय सर्वान् बन्धून् अवस्थितान् कृपया परयाविष्टः विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत् अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यते वेपधुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे. I think Brahmara we have covered up to here, no?
Yes, we covered up to here.
Yeah.
There are
Any questions in yesterday's coverage?
Yes, there is a question.
Uh-huh.
1 minute. Percy had a question.
Just a moment.
Yeah. One second.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Who had the question?
Percy ji had the question.
Okay, very good.
In verse 12, Pitama blows on a conch, giving a war cry. The conches that are used by Krishna and the Pandavas, what do they give rise to, or what do their conches signify? Panchajanyam, Devadattam, the names, do they signify something?
Yeah, Panchajanyam may signify so 5 types of sounds that may have generated. I'm not really sure about it. I'm just saying because the question is asked now. Devadattam is a simple thing. It is given by the Devas to Arjuna. Devadattam Dhananjaya. But both these conches, when they are blown, they really frighten the enemy, I believe. The sounds from these conches, both the conches, will travel a number of kilometers away. And when these are blown, the enemy, quite a kilometers away, would know that Krishna and Arjuna are approaching. Okay? Apart from that, Panchajanyam and Devadattam, any other importance, I am not sure.
Okay. There is another.
Is that your question is answered, Percy Saab?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Another question.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
There are different grades of mumukshutvam. This is from Tattva Bodh that we were doing Manana. It is not
Different
from
grades of
mumukshutvam. Based on their intensity, it can be considered dull, very dull, moderate, and intense. Is what the Acharya had mentioned.
No. I would, Brahmara, I would slightly alter what you have said. Okay. Not different grades of mumukshutva, different grades of sadhakas.
Okay.
All the sadhakas have mumukshutva. Moksho me bhuyat iti ichha. That ichha itself is of different grades.
Yes.
Madhyamadhikari, Adhamadhikari, Uttamadhikari, Adhamadhamadhikari, etc. That's okay. Right. Yeah.
So, is there a way, of course, each one of us would know by self-introspection where we stand, Madhyama, Uttama, or Adhama. But is there a way to upgrade yourself? How does one upgrade oneself to the Uttama Adhikari? Is there a way, or is that dependent on Prarabdha?
Yeah. Uttama Adhikari, I'll tell you what. When you have small, simple signs of a Uttama Adhikari, he generally does not hate anybody, he or she. And everybody he comes across is lovable to him. He does not complain against anybody. neither does he think ill of anybody. These are all the signs of an Uttamadhikari. And the Uttamadhikari is generally non-complaining and generally at peace with himself. Generally at peace with himself. The situations do not unsettle him. Titiksha, etc. will be high in him. The Shamadamadi sadhana sampatti, he would have acquired to a very high degree. And that's how. Okay?
That is true, but is there a way to upgrade yourself? Supposing I am a Madhyama Adhikari or an Adhama Adhikari, I want to go to the Uttama Adhikari. Is there a way to do that by Purushartha, or is it also something which is ordained by my Prarabdha Karma?
No, Purushartha it is possible.
It's
by your
possible to
own
upgrade
free will. Yes, by your own free will. Like for instance, you are saying you are a Madhyamadhikari. Okay, so be it. Now, yesterday, supposing you had picked up a quarrel with me, suppose, and both of us parted company. Okay, bye bye, bye bye, so be it, etc. Now, you as the Madhyamadhikari, you would like to graduate to some Uttamaguna Adhikari, then what you need to do, you must try to erase the sequence of strife between you and I that occurred, say, yesterday or whatever, and then simply pick up the telephone and tell me, I'm so sorry, let's forget what happened, we are great friends, etc., etc. That will be a sure sign of a progress towards Uttama Adhikari, that kind of a thing. It's not the only thing. These kind of things. If Ahankara can be sublimated to a great extent, then Uttama Adhikari Lakshanas can be acquired easily. It is the Ahankara that comes in the way as a big block. That block, if it is removed, then Madhyamadhikari will slowly improve onto Uttamadhikari.
Okay.
There is, incidentally, while on this, I don't know why you opened this topic of Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari. There is an Upanishad Vakya which says, let me recollect. Uttamam Tattva Chintanam, Madhyamam Shastra Chintanam, Adhamam Mantra Chintanam, Tirtha Brancha Dhamadhamam. What it means is, please believe me, this is an Upanishad Vakya. The Uttama Adhikari will be very keen on doing Tattva Chintanam. Tattva Chintanam is what? Like Tattva Bodha, Atma Bodha, okay? Gita, what we're doing, all this Chintanam. Uttamam Tattva Chintanam. So by that standard, we're all not simple Madhyamadhikaris. We are somewhere between Madhyamadhikari and at least the Uttamadhikari. Uttamam Tattva Chintanam, Madhyamam Shastra Chintanam. Madhyamam Shastra Chintanam is what? Like the Dukrun Karane, that old man, memorizing grammar rules, etc. That's all Shastra. And very keen on, knowing the ins and outs of various Upanishads, Shastras, etc., etc., without conforming to any of them. He is keen on only the Shastra Chintanam. Madhyamam Shastra Chintanam, Adhamam Mantra Chintanam. The Adhamadhikari, he will hold on to some mantras given by somebody. Okay? And Tirtha branch Adhamadhamam. The Adhamadhama Purusha will keep on thinking of which other Tirtha do I go, which other temple do I visit, etc., etc. This is an Upanishad Vakya, not my fabric. So for us to keep on improving days, only means is to be watchful about ourselves all the time. Is that okay, Brahmara?
Yes, Nana, thank you.
Okay. Now where are we? Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava nacha shreyonu pashyami hatva swajana mahabe. Viparitani nimittani cha pashyami keshava. Hey, Keshava, viparitani. Viparitani means what? Bad. Bad nimittani omens pashyami. Nacha shreyonu pashyami hatva swajanam ahave. Ahave means in the battle, in the war. In the war, killing our own people. Hatva swajanam. Swajanam, what beautiful words picked up by Arjuna. And imagine Arjuna's stature and Dhritarashtra's stature. Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kimakurvata Sanjaya. All the time Arjuna is talking of what? Swajanam. And Swajanam is where? In both the armies he is seeing Swajanam. Tatra Pashyastitan Pardha Pitrunadha Pitamahan Acharyan Matulan Bhratrun Putran Pautran Sakim Stada Swashuran Suhrudaschaiva Senayoho Abhayorapi Tan Samekshasa Kaunteya Sarvan Bandhu Namastitan Krupaya Paraya Vishtaha Vishidan Nidamabravit. That kind of a person is Arjuna. Very, very great soul. An ideal prince for everybody to copy. Such as Nacha Shreyonu Pashyami. I don't see anything good that is occurring to us. Hatva Swajana Mahave. Nimittani cha Pashyami Keshava. And he was not fear-stricken at all. There are some books on the Gita which depict that Arjuna was overtaken with fear, seeing that huge army of Kauravas. He has seen such armies earlier. Earlier during the Virat Parva, Arjuna has seen such a big lot of Kaurava army, and he has single-handed handled that. He is not going to be fear-stricken looking at the enemy at all. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani keshava. And krupaya paraya avishtaha. Paraya krupaya avishtaha. With extreme compassion, he was enveloped. And what kind of a person is Arjuna? If you would like to know his background, before we label him, we should consider what kind of a person is Arjuna thus far. After, I suppose you people don't mind my digression. Hello?
We love
No,
it,
it's
sir.
fine. Perfectly fine, Nana.
Okay, all right. Your audio is slightly low, Brahmara.
Yeah.
During the time when Yudhishthira was crowned king of Indraprastha, sage Narada comes there and asks a lot of beautiful questions of Yudhishthira and advises all the Pandava brothers to please take care of themselves in respect of Draupadi especially, and gives a story. The story is of two demons, Sunda, Upasunda. They are called Sunda Upasundas. They had taken a lot of boons from Brahmadeva, and with those boons, they cannot be killed by any astra, shastra. They can't be killed by man or boar or animal or demon or anything like that. They can only be killed by each other. And they are such a loving set of brothers, very, very dear to each other. They used to love each other so very nicely. When Brahmadev said, you must have some way out for you to die, they have chosen this. Okay, we will kill each other. That will be the final end for us. Then Brahmadev gives the boon to them. They go away. They will create a lot of trouble in all the lokas. Then so many people complain to Brahmadeva, who devises a means to finish these two demons. He creates a beautiful lady, Tilottama by name. That Tilottama is absolute beauty personified. And she comes in front of Brahmadeva after Brahmadeva created, does prostrations to him and asks, what do I have to do? Then Brahmadev instructs her, you have to take care of these two. You must arouse passion, love for you in each one of them to the extremes, so that they would fight for you and kill each other. That is what you need to do. And Tilottama says, okay. Then Tilottama goes circumambulating Brahmadeva as a means of showing respect. At that time, Brahmadeva was having only one head, I believe. When Tilottama, such a beauteous lady, has gone from, say, east, circumambulating, from east where you go? South. Okay? When you go south, Brahmadeva developed a head on the south, I believe. And she has gone from south to west. There he developed another head. Like that, 4 heads of Brahmadev had come owing to Tilottama, I believe. Tilottama goes there and finishes these two fellows. Narada advises the Pandavas, hey, you people are not like that, but Draupadi is as beautiful as Tilottama is. On account of her, you should not end up in any problem. So you would better, all of you, have a kind of a treaty, a kind of an agreement. In case Draupadi, not only that, Narada advises, I would suggest, Narada's words, I would suggest Draupadi is with only one prince for 1 year. And during that time, if any other prince kind of trespasses into that area, that prince will have to undergo Tirtha Yatra for 12 years. See that? And all of them agree. All of them agree. And it so happened during the reign of Yudhishthira, there was a set of Brahmins whose cattle were taken away by thieves. Then they come crying to Arjuna for help. Arjuna did not have any weapons at that time. All the weapons were in Yudhishthira's place, and Draupadi was there. So he debates, what do I do? He says, Raja Dharma, I have to protect this set of Brahmins. I will undergo the penance later. He simply trespasses into that area, collects his weapons, and rescues the cattle wealth to the Brahmins, and comes back, tells Yudhishthira, hey brother, I'm going away on pilgrimage. Yudhishthira says, hey, what are you talking? You need not go. You have trespassed on a cause, and the cause is very noble. And I, as the elder brother, will permit you to forget about the trespass. Then you know what Arjuna says, hey brother, we have made this agreement, and this agreement is known all over our kingdom, and if people come to know that I have trespassed, and after that I have not undergone this punishment of 12 years of pilgrimage, what will they think of you and I? We have to set an example to them. Please permit me to go away on pilgrimage. Such a chaste person, such a very honest, such a high integrity person was Arjuna, right? Now, of course, during the Tirtha Yatras, he acquires what? 3 other wives. One is Ulupi, Nagakanya. Through her, he will get one son, Iravan. And Iravan fights in this battle, in this Mahabharata war. He fights in this battle, and he will be killed by a wicked demon who takes to a lot of Maya Upaya. Now, the other wife he picks up is Chitrangada, and through her, he will get Babruvahana as a son. The third wife he picks up is Subhadra. Subhadra, Krishna's cousin. Krishna's father, Vasudeva, had a number of wives. Through one of the wives, Krishna was born, Devaki, right? And Balarama also was born through Devaki. This Subhadra was born to yet another wife of Vasudeva. He had a number of wives, some 8 or 10 or 12, whatever. Now, Arjuna, while doing the pilgrimage, comes across a number of places where people very piously take bath in some river and things like that. When nearby, there were some beautiful lakes. He asked them, why are you not taking bath in the lakes? They say, that is infested by one crocodile. Each lake is infested by one crocodile. There are 4 or 5 lakes there. Please don't go there. Arjuna says, if you people are very keen on taking bath in the lakes and you are scared of the crocodile, I will relieve you of your fear. I will take care of the crocodile. It starts taking bath in one of the lakes, and sure enough, one crocodile, catches him by the leg. He violently throws the crocodile onto the shore, and lo, behold, what happens? A nymph and an angelic person appears, right? And thanks Arjuna for giving her Shapa Vimochanam. Somebody has cursed her and all her associates. There are 3 or 4 other associates. They have done some silly pranks on a person taking bath, and at that time he gets annoyed, curses them to become crocodiles. This nymph requests Arjuna, please take bath in the other 3 lakes also and relieve my colleagues also from the curse. Arjuna says, okay. Such a brave person was Arjuna. What if any crocodile would have swallowed him? What if he failed to, fight the crocodile? He does not think of that. He has given word to the set of Brahmins who were keen on taking the bath in the lakes, but they were afraid. So like that, he goes to the other 3 lakes and also takes care of the other 3 crocodiles, makes them nymphs and goes away. This kind of a person was Arjuna. During the Vanavasa, Vanavasa is what? The Aranyavasa, the 12-year Vanavasa, when he was doing penance for darshan of Mahashiva, there will be a demon in the form of a boar who will come violently to attack and kill Arjuna. When he is in deep meditation, he hears that roar and immediately picks up his Gandiva and arrow, shoots the boar. Right at that time, Paramashiva also shoots an arrow at that boar. Now each one of them go to the boar and claim that the boar was killed by them. They will say, no. Shiva says, I have killed. Arjuna says, I have killed. This is my arrow. See this. Then they resort to fighting each other. When they keep on fighting, whatever astra, shastra Arjuna throws on Lord Shiva, who came in the guise of a Kirata. Kirata means what? A mountain king, like, right?
Okay, hunter.
And everything will vanish. Whatever astra, shastra he has used against the Kirata, everything is kind of swallowed by the Kirata. Arjuna did not know. Then finally, he takes the Gandiva and tries to break his head. At that time, even Gandiva disappears. Then he knew, Arjuna knew. He prostrates to the Kirata. He knew that Paramashiva has come to bless him and prays to him. The Lord was pleased at what? Arjuna's fearlessness, Arjuna's bravery, Arjuna's consistent intention to be victorious. All these beautiful qualities were Arjuna's. That kind of an Arjuna, Krupaya Paraya Vishtaha, Vishidan Nidamabravit. Can you beat it? It is not born out of Mamakara. Mamakara is only for your people. Now entire 18 Akshohini people are his people. Now it's like an infinite Mamakara, if you want to say that. Fine. Mamakara of the entire set of armies, 18 Akshohinis. That is the greatness of Arjuna. Fearlessness. And
was it the situation of the war that created this that compassion? He was overcome by compassion, the blowing of the conches, the drums, and this and that he was standing right in front of the chariot was placed right in front of Bhishma and Drona. Was that the strategic point? Because Arjuna knew this even before the war, no, that he's going to fight both.
True.
He's going to fight, all this is going to happen. So what was that turning point that caused him to have so much compassion?
Turning point is, he never realized that the people he is going to fight are his own. That on both sides, only people whom he loves, whom he respects, whom he likes to be with after he is victorious in the battle, they're all arrayed there. They're all standing there. Like Duryodhana said, Anyecha bahava shuraha madadde chakta jivitaha. Madadde chakta jivitaha. For my sake, they've given up their lives and they are standing here. That kind of a thing. This mamakara is not misplaced. It is an infinite love for everybody. That kind of a mamakara all of us should develop. What we have mamakara regarding our own little family, and maybe slightly extended to kith and kin in our family. That's about all our mamakara. It's a very little, minute mamakara. We must have infinite mamakara if you want to be an Uttama Adhikari. Arjuna was. And very, very shortly, Bhagavan Krishna is going to teach Arjuna the Gita, and all of us must get into the shoes of Arjuna. We must have our attitudes like those of Arjuna, so that we may benefit immensely from the teachings of Bhagavan Krishna. Right? That is why I'm narrating. Arjuna is not an ordinary soul. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim chaiva tato jayamudirayet. The jayam must be uttered after doing what? Narayanam cha naram chaiva saraswatim chaiva. For your qualification to utter Jaya. Jaya is Mahabharata is called Jaya. Mahabharata. To utter that, you have to do prostrations to Narayana and Naram Chaiva Narottamam. That Naram is the Nara. Nara is man. Narottamam. And amongst men, the Uttama Nara. Who is he? Arjuna. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim chaiva tato jayamudirayet. This prarthana sloka Vyasa Bhagavan has given at the beginning of every parva in the Mahabharata. In all the 18 parvas, this will be the first sloka. It is not an ordinary prayer. He is immensely convinced of the greatness of both Narayana and this Narottamam Naraha, Arjuna. Right? And when he was a mere boy, kind of, when Dronacharya asked these people for Guru Dakshina, he, along with Bhimasena, Yudhishthira, Nakula, Sahadeva, and a little bit of army, they go fight Drupada and capture him, bring him to Dronacharya. You know, in the Mahabharata, beautifully Vyasa Bhagavan describes Bhima and Arjuna especially, they fight wonderfully well. And when Arjuna nears Drupada's chariot, he will have the chariot go almost alongside Drupada's chariot and jump like a lion onto Drupada's chariot and hold a sword on his throat to make him surrender at that time. That kind of a bravery was Arjuna's own. So this Krupaya Paraya Vishtaha cannot be attributed to any other cause. Okay? And also in the Draupadi Swayamvara, when everybody fails, he picks up the bow and arrow and easily wins Draupadi after doing the Matsyantram Chedanam. Right? All these things, great things he has done. Only thing is, not only that, how did he come onto this warfield? He was having a lot of grudge against Duryodhana. Why? From the beginning, Duryodhana created a lot of troubles to all the Pandavas and to the aged Kunti. Bhimasena was poisoned by Duryodhana. Bhimasena was poisoned, tied and thrown into some lake. And all these people, when they went to Varanavata, the house was set on fire. So Duryodhana was very keen on extinguishing the trace of the Pandavas. And in the game of dice, when the first time they have lost, and Draupadi was dragged into the court, Arjuna was silently watching. What can he do? His elder brother lost, and lost not only himself, he lost all his other brothers, he lost also Draupadi. So they were all truth bound. They were tied by truth, conformance to truth. So when Draupadi was being disrobed, he could not stand it. But what could he do? So all these things had made him vengeful of Duryodhana. That is why, seething with anger, he has come on to this battle, seething with anger, to extinguish this Duryodhana for all his deeds, misdeeds. Tell him, pierce arrows into his chest and tell him, this is for what you have done to Draupadi. And another arrow, this is for what you have done to Bhimasena, etc., etc. That with that determination he has come. That kind of a person, how suddenly he has become Krupaya Paraya Vishtaha is because the Raja Dharma he has forgotten. What is Raja Dharma? Raja Dharma is what? Protecting Dharma. The king will have to protect Dharma. How does any king protect Dharma? Anybody destroying Dharma, the adharmi, must be destroyed. Now, is not Duryodhana an adharmi? Certainly an adharmi. And he must be destroyed. That Raja Dharma ensures that every prince and every king will know this. But Arjuna at that time has forgotten. When Krupaya Paraya Vishtaha, this Raja Dharma he has forgotten. That is what Bhagavan Krishna is going to kindle in him. In the second chapter, he is going to kindle all kinds of dharmas in him and make him a man which he was prior to this Krupaya Vishtaha. Right? Now, Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani Keshava nacha shreyo nu pashyami hatva swajanam ahave. Swajanam ahave. See, everywhere he is being highly inclusive. Swajanam ahave. Everybody is his own man. Everybody is his own person. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna, nacharajyam sukhani cha, kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogai jivitena va. Hey Krishna, nakankshe vijayam. I do not desire victory in this war. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna, nacharajyam. I do not want kingdom at all. By winning the war, I will get kingdom. I do not want that kingdom. Sukhanicha, by winning the war, I will be comfortable. I will have a lot of comforts and lot of wealth. I do not want any sukha driven by that kind of a wealth because hatva swajanamahave, killing my own people. If I have to get this vijayam, if I have to get this rajyam, if I have to get this sukha, I do not think much of them. Nakankshe vijayam Krishna, nacha rajyam sukha nicha, kim no rajyena govinda, kim bhogaihi jivitena va, kim no rajyena govinda. What is rajyam Govinda? Kim bhogaihi jivitena va. What is all those comforts and what is even life? Govinda, Govinda. This is another name of Bhagavan Krishna uttered for the first time in the Gita by Arjuna. Govinda. Govinda is what? Govinda is who? Okay.
Govinda
Yes,
is
Karma.
Krishna.
As per the Puranas, as per
Bhagavan
the Bhagavata Purana, this Govinda title was given to little Krishna. Little Krishna, why I'm saying is, he was very little at that time. When he did the Govardhanagiri Dhari, he held the Govardhanagiri for 7 days continuously, under which all the gopis, gopalas, and all cattle were protected from the onslaught of tremendous rush of rains by Indra. At that time, Indra concedes defeat and comes back, prostrates to that little Krishna. And Krishna was very little at that time, maybe 7 or 8 years age. And tells Krishna that his son is there, Arjuna. This is part of the Bhagavata Purana. His son is there, Arjuna, Kunti's son. You please protect him always. Then Bhagavan Krishna, this little Krishna, assures him, don't you worry, he is always under my protection. Nothing will happen to him. Right? And Indra at that time, because he has protected all the cattle and things like that, he will be called Govinda. He will be called Govinda. It's a title given by Indra to Bhagavan Krishna when he was very little, after the Govardhana Giridhari episode, right? But as per the Shastras, Shastra means Upanishads. Gobihi Vedanta Vakyaihi Vijyate Labhyate iti Govindaha. Only through the Shastra Vakyas, Vedanta Vakyas, he can be known. How he can be known? He can be known through the Upanishad Vakyas, which proclaim that he is Anantam, Ajam, Avyayam, Anirvachaniyam, etc., etc. And all these things are props for meditation and Nididhyasanam. That is why Gobihi Vedanta Vakyehi Labhyate Vindate iti Govindaha iti Shastra Vachanam. I think Shastra Vachanam is more powerful. So Nakangshe Vijayam Krishna, Nacha Rajyam Sukhani cha, Kim no Radyena Govinda, Kim Bhoge Jivitena va. Next one, please. Yeah. Yesha madhe kanchitam naha, Radyam Bhoga Sukhani cha, Taime Vastita Yuddhe, Pranam Chektva Dhanani cha, Acharyaha Pitaraha Putraha Tadhaiva cha Pitamaha, Matula Swashura Pautraha, Shala Sambandinastadha. All these are different varieties of relatives, etc. And all those are part of, in Arjuna's view, Swajanam. Esha Madhe Kankshitam Naha. We desire to fight these people to get a kingdom. Kingdom to enjoy with who? All these people. All these people are who? Acharyaha, Pitaraha, Putraha, Tadhaivacha, Pitamaha, etc. With all those things, all those people we wanted to enjoy after becoming victorious. But they're standing in the battlefield. Either you get killed or you kill them. Esham Adhe, for whose sake Kankshitam naha. Naha means us. Kankshitam naha. Radyam bhoga sukhani cha. Ta ime avastitaha yuddhe. Those people, they are standing here in the yuddha. Pranam chaktva dhanani cha. They have given up all their wealth way back in their kingdoms where from they have come. Pranam chaktva, they have given up their lives also. Because anybody fighting a war, he is not sure whether he would win or he would lose. And if he loses his prana. Pranam chaktva dhanani cha. And all those people are who? Acharyaha, pitaraha, putraha, tathaiva cha pitamahaha, matula, shvashura, putra, shyala, sambandhinastadha. All different kinds of relatives. All swajanam to Arjuna. Next one, please. Etan nahantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya hetoho kim namahi krute. What a statement. Api trailokya rajyasya hetoho. Even if all the three worlds are given to me, I will not kill these people. Etan nahantumichhami. I do not want to kill them. Gnatopi Madhusudana. Gnatopi means even in the process I am killed. It is okay. Madhusudana. Hey Madhusudana. Madhusudana is another title to Krishna. We'll come to that. Api Trailokya Rajyasya Hetoho Kim no Mahi Krute. What to speak of this little kingdom on the earth? I do not really care. I do not really care for the sovereignty over the three worlds also. And I do not want that kind of a thing. If I have to kill these people, I will not. Etan hantumichhami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajyasya hetoho kim no mahi krute. Nihatya dharta rashtranaha kapriti syad janardana papameva shreyedasman hatvaita natatayinaha. We will cover this tomorrow. Now we must understand what is Madhusudana, the title of Bhagavan. One of the names of Bhagavan. Madhusudana. One easily understood name is he happened to kill a demon called Madhu, and Sudana means killer. Madhusudana, that killer of the demon Madhu. Madhusudana, that is okay, and that is also true. Okay. Now, Shankaracharya in the Gita Bhashya, somewhere in the Gita Bhashya, I forgot where, he gives a beautiful explanation to this Madhusudana. Madhusudana, he says, Sarvesham Dehe, that is, in all the Dehas, Sarvesham Dehe, Madhuvat. Madhuvat means like even honey. Madhuvat Ishtatvat. Is there anybody who does not like honey? Madhuvat Ishtatvat. Like honey that is liked by everybody. Sarvesham Dehe Madhuvati Ishtatvat Madhuhu Ahankaraha Aste. There is that honey called Ahankaraha in all the bodies. And Krishna Tasya Jnanasina Sodayati iti Madhusudanaha. Tasya means that Ahankara. That Ahankara Jnana Asina. Jnana Khadga. Asina means sword. Jnana Asina Sodayati iti Madhusudanaha. The one who will, using the Jnana Khadga, eliminate that Ahankara in all the jivas is Madhusudana. Sarvesham Dehe Madhuvat Ishtatvat Madhuhu Ahankaraha Asti. Tasya Jnanasina Sodayati iti Madhusudanaha. Okay. I think we will cover from this Nihat Chadartarashtranaha tomorrow. Okay. Any questions also we will attend to tomorrow, certainly. We must have the Shanti Pata. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, everybody.
Hari Om.
We'll meet
Hari
tomorrow.
Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you. Hari Om, Nana.
Hari Om, Nana. Talli.